Now, the Pixel 7 Pro is a good phone that is holding up very well, but the real question is, what's next? Now, the reason I asked this question is because the Pixel 7 Pro is phenomenal. It has a really good display, a great software, a pretty substantial battery life, and it has stood the test of time. And over the years, Google has continued to make significant strides with the Pixel lineup, which makes me question what significant upgrades that they'll make with the Pixel 8 Pro. And even though I have many questions regarding the Pixel 7 Pro and its future, I still wanted to share my experience with it and help you guys decide whether or not it's actually worth buying over the competition. Now, taking a glance at the hardware and design of the Pixel 7 Pro, while the overall look is pretty identical to last year's 6 Pro, I prefer this year's slight adjustments since it not only keeps that signature Pixel look, but the slight adjustments go a long way. The back camera has great cutouts that differentiate each camera while creating a futuristic yet simple look that still blends all together. And besides that, everything is pretty much the same as last year. Same selfie camera cutout, same polished branding, same bezels, but the only thing that's unfortunate about the 7 Pro this year for me is its scratches. And after a couple months, I started getting some notable scratches on my display as well as my back camera, and I had the same exact problem on my 6 Pro, so hopefully Google can fix this in future phones. I also liked and disliked the glossy back. It looks great whenever I wipe down my phone, but whenever I use it without a case, after I'm done holding it, there are a ton of fingerprints and it ruins the whole look, making glass backs the ultimate pro and con. Now, getting back to what I love about my Pixel 7 Pro, the overall feel is something that is not only comfortable but light. The 7 Pro weighs 212 grams, making it significantly lighter than the 14 Pro Max and the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which is great since I have my phone in my hand all day. I never felt like it was too heavy, and the curved edges make it easier to hold than most phones. Now, looking at display, the Pixel 7 Pro has a 6.7-inch OLED display that has definitely had its pros and cons, but let's start with the pros first. Now, the first thing that I loved about my Pixel 7 Pro after a couple months of use is the screen resolution. The colors are vibrant. There's the very punchy resolution when you turn on the display, and the sharpness was something that I really appreciated. The bezels are very slim. The hole punch selfie camera takes up much less space than my 14 Pro Max, and I use swipe gestures, which gives me even more screen real estate for when I'm watching content, playing games, and simply scrolling through my phone. The 120Hz refresh rate on the 7 Pro enhanced my already smooth software. Stock Android came in clutch to provide the ultimate experience. Scrolling through many different apps felt very clean, and before I got my S23 Ultra, the Pixel 7 Pro was my main phone when scrolling through social media. And now for the cons of the 7 Pro's display, the brightness was the first thing that came to mind. Manual brightness reaches up to 580 nits, which was extremely noticeable when using my phone outside. I could barely see anything when the sun was out, and even when I'm on the inside, it couldn't really compare to my 14 Pro Max or my Pixel 7 Pro. I also didn't like the fact that the facial recognition was below average. Using it during the day was hit or miss since the range wasn't as broad, and the sensor completely stopped working at night, making it lackluster. The fingerprint scanner was better than last year, but still pretty mid. There will be days where it was working fine, and then I would have days where it took me multiple tries to get into my phone, so overall, it's very hit or miss. Now, moving on to one of the most important pieces of hardware, the Pixel 7 Pro has a 5000 mAh battery that can last you all day long under the right circumstances. On the spec sheet, the 7 Pro is the exact same as the 6 Pro, but where it specializes is the battery optimization. The software and processor did a much better job since I was able to do everything from play games, watch content, check Twitter, and make phone calls while still being able to last a long time. Whenever I was at work, I would be getting over 8 hours of on-screen time a day, and while I said the battery can last you all day, again, only under certain conditions. Now, if you have the Pixel 7 Pro and you're going to be on it all day, the best thing that you can do is keep 5G on, turn off your always on display, play video games, use dark mode, and pretty much have power saving mode on at all times. And that's pretty much been my key to having all day battery on heavy usage. Anything below 7 to 8 hours, you can use your phone regularly. The 7 Pro also supports 30 watt quote unquote fast charging, so you'll be able to charge your phone from 0 to 100 in about an hour and a half. And just like I said in my last video, I know this will be a pet peeve for a lot of people, but it didn't really bother me much since I mainly charge my phone overnight or when I'm in the shower. But still, we need at least 45 watt fast charging since Samsung offers 2 phones that support it. And now before I move on to camera, I want to list some extra things that I didn't really like about my 7 Pro so it can help you guys decide whether or not you can live with the cons. Now, the first con is a personal preference, but I think that stock Android on the Pixel 7 Pro can get pretty boring at times. Like whenever I'm coming from my S23 Ultra, something that I noticed was that my Pixel was lacking in those special features that truly made it stand out. There was no equivalent to Samsung DeX, the customization and widgets were lackluster, and there were things like the Google Home bar that I couldn't get rid of, and despite it being smooth, whenever compared to other Androids, it's pretty bland in general, but again, this is personal preference. And now the next con that still bothers me till this day is the low speakers. Now, whenever I'm at work and I'm trying to show my homie something, even when I turn the volume all the way up, it still lags when compared to my 14 Pro Max and S23 Ultra, which can be a bummer since a lot of times I am playing videos out loud. And now the final con that I have with my Pixel 7 Pro is that it's damn near impossible to use without a case. And now don't get me wrong, it's very comfortable, but there are times where the glossy material will get you. It's very slippery, slim, and again, you're much better off with a case. And now moving on to camera, the Pixel 7 Pro is pretty good on the spec sheet. It has a 50 megapixel main camera along with a 48 megapixel telephoto and a 12 megapixel ultra wide that is arguably the best in its category. The most notable pictures that still flatter me till this day is the selfies. The Pixel has true tone color, so it was able to capture my skin tone well. The sharpening was smooth and not too much, and the back always had a nice blur. The outside photos were pretty great as well. The vibrancy was something that truly stood out to me. Grass and other aspects of nature were very sharp, and the lighting was very well balanced. Inside photos were as good as the lighting allowed them to be, but if you can get a natural light, it'll give you the same quality as the really good outside photos. And now looking at videos, the 7 Pro was able to shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and I was very impressed all the way through. The colors were sharp, there wasn't any loudness in the background, and the stabilization was really good. So if you're someone who wants to shoot content or film things such as sporting events or recreational play, the 7 Pro is more than capable of doing it. And also, here's some extra videos that I got with my Pixel 7 Pro. And alright you guys, that's it for my review on the Pixel 7 Pro. It's a really great phone, but again, I really want to see where Google takes it from here. Many people like myself really enjoy the fact that Google is able to step up to the plate and try new things while also really testing out the smartphone market. And I'm really happy that I've been seeing a lot of Pixels around lately because again, I believe that Google is the company that can really put pressure on Samsung and Apple. And let me know down in the comments. Do you think that the Pixel 8 Pro will be phone of the year? Let me know. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.